Hit it, Joe.
Howdy, folks. How you doing? How are you? How's the fam? Oh God, I just broke your fucking neck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here, there. We put it back. Oh my God. Hi, welcome back. I don't have much of an intro. Welcome to this side of the studio. Uh, if you weren't with us last time, you saw that the local fool tried to teach themselves how to do pottery. And got a little frustrated at the end of it, but you know what? I didn't give up. I came back here a few days later and I said I'm doing some more. And I tried it again and I was a little bit better at it. And allow me to introduce you to our first creation. Behold, my son. It's got a little, I can't really, I hope that focuses, but it's got a little swirl in there. I still gotta glaze it. I gotta buy some glaze. Gotta be the biggest glazer of all time. And I gotta paint it. And my brother has a kiln that he said I could use if I wanted to and if I needed to. In fact, he's the one who gave me this slab of clay. Shout out John. Uh, then I'm gonna glaze it and then I'm gonna fire it. It may take me a while because I gotta get all that stuff first. Um, we're gonna do it, and this is gonna be our first piece. I'm keeping it safe. It may not be even, and it may not be super stable on a flat surface, but you know what? I don't give a damn because I made it. So I'm gonna put that up here. And then I'm gonna turn our tunes back on. We're gonna get right into it, folks. Oh God, I'm more prepared than last time. I've got buckets. I've got buckets of water down here. Look at my Crocs. I got my buckets. Howdy. I've got my wheel. I got my slab of clay. I hope it's still. Oh yeah. That ain't going nowhere. All right. Here's our wheel. It's a little dry. It's got dried clay on it, and I don't think that's going to be great for what we're doing for it. I also got some bats. I think they're plaster bats. These I've been told, and I watched some videos. I actually did a little bit of research. and watched some videos. And so they recommended plaster bats. I got a stack of them here for me to toss my clay onto and work with my clay on. So I'm going to toss that on there for right now just to use as our surface. But we're not going to throw on it. I'm going to take it off when it's time to slap it down. And the slapping it down is very fun. All right. Here's our murder tool. Let's turn on our tools, shall we? This is Arthur. He has 4 felonies. And he once tried to sell his brother for a pack of Marlboros. I'm going to get 3 more raccoons at one point, so you'll meet his brother someday. I am getting a new tattoo soon, which I'm very jazzed about, but that's going to be a secret surprise for later. Check me out. All right. I've got a big bucket of water here, and it's like clay water. It's good clay water. In fact, I think a lot of it has settled to the bottom. Oh yeah. I think what I'll do tomorrow is let this settle overnight and then get some help bringing it upstairs. We're gonna straddle it. Phew, it kind of smells. Phew. But it's water that I've used for clay only. You can see that a lot of it has settled to the bottom, so I'll take this outside and then very slowly dump it. Maybe I'll bring it upstairs tonight and let it settle upstairs. That way it's not jostled around a bunch as we bring it upstairs. We'll see. And then I can reclaim this clay. I can keep reusing this clay. That's kind of one of my favorite things about this, because I have such anxiety of like, it's like perfectionism almost, where like it has to be perfect the first time. But that's not the case here. And that's what I like about this, actually, is that I can keep working with it. And there's kind of no exact permanency until I toss it in a kiln. So much like life. All right, I've got a rag. I kind of want a better rag than that. Let me see. I have some more. And here's our clay. I got another 25 pounds of clay, but I think I got the wrong stuff. Oh, it's heavy. This is still a good chunk. It's all dusty. There we go. Oi! Gotta maneuver it around. Hello. Here we are. And I kind of have an idea of something I want to make. So I'm going to try to make it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with it, right? It's a kind of a complicated shape, but we're going to try it still. This murder tool. We're going to take There we go. That's a chunk. That's a chunk. That's a hunk of clay. I'll even grab another little pinch. There we go. Nah, I think that's too much actually for what I'm aiming for. I think this is fine. I'm not going for too big. I kind of want to go around the same size as what I've made already. Like width-wise. But height-wise, like maybe double that. So we're going to see. Alright. And we're going to take our hunk of clay and just put it right down there so I can access it. Alright. Is this on? No, it is not. Is it? Oh, it sure is. Oh. Alright. Woo! Let me real quick grab a rag. Be right back. Check out my clay while I walk around. I think I have one over here. I sure do. Here it is. All right, this will be better. This is a white t-shirt sleeve. Check me out. I have a couple of these actually. Let me grab a couple. You guys hear my Crocs slopping around? Is there anything on this? Nope, that is just a white t-shirt. All right. Here we go. Welcome back. Howdy. How are you? All right. We've got rag. We've got water. We've got clay water over here. I've got sponge. I got clay. So what we're going to do first is knead our clay. I'm just going to kind of squish it. This is where we get to play with our hands. Whoa, shit. That was a big cloud of dust. So you just gotta squeeze it up, get it workable. Need all the air bubbles out of it. There we go. Ooh. Just kind of squish it out. Pull it back. Oh, yeah. This is a good arm workout. I've also fixed the lighting so it's not like I'm being raptured anymore. All right. I think that's kneaded enough. All right. Yeah, boy. All right. Check me out. We're going to move this out of the way. We're going to grab our rag. Excuse me. I had a little bit of a burp. Okay. We're gonna wet our rag. All right, and we're just gonna wet our surface. Get it nice and moist. All right. We love a moist surface. And then you take your clay and you smack that bad boy down. Let me try it again. It didn't stick. I kind of want to get it a little further this way. Kind of shape it up a little bit here. Get it into a workable shape. All right. Check that out. Oh, shit. All right. We're going to get it moist. And then we're going to start shaping. Oh boy. Gotta shove it in there. Get my hands nice and moist. All right, we've got a shape going. Oh God. See, I can't be too rough with it because then it comes off. Whoop! I hope you wore clothes that you don't care about, folks, because they're gonna get messy. I do care about this tank top, but I mean, it's fine if I get clay on it. I'll just wash it. Comes off with water. I gotta get to where I get like a stable center point. Gotta get over it. You gotta sit over it like this. All right, this is promising. Oi. I gotta maybe move the outside a little bit more. Excuse me. I'm going in. We've got a hole. All right. I gotta find my centerpiece again. It's got that lopsided here. Bring it in. Bring it up. All right. Water. You know what wasn't working last time was the sponge. Let me grab my sponge. Sponge. There we go. This is working. Whoop! I stabbed it with my finger. All right. This is working a little bit. A little bit. Ooh! All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, I'll set that right there. We're getting around where I want the height to be. I just need a little bit taller. I gotta not give it too much pressure because then I'm gonna pull it off the thing. All right, all right. That's about the height I want. Let's start to shape. We do want it to be a little bit taller than the idea. Moving this upwards. I could also turn the speed down. That's another possibility. I don't want to fuck it up. I stabbed it with my finger a little bit. I gotta fix that. All right, all right. All right. We've got our shape a little bit. Let me give it a little bit of depth here. Try to come up the outside here. Look at that swirl. You gotta shape it. Here, let me get a better camera angle for you. You're just getting hand. In the bucket. Oh, there's a guppy down here. Maybe it's best to not have the cat where there's clay splattering about. It might be time for a wrangling. She could sneak up behind me at any moment, actually. There's a spot right there where it's getting kind of funky. But that might be where my cutoff is right here. Okay. All right. This is ideal. Guppy's getting evicted from the basement. Oh shit. That's fine. That's fine. I stabbed it with my finger accidentally. Give me that. All right, we've got kind of a shape going. All right, let me go in there. And we're gonna start shaping this out a little bit more. This I need to thin out right here. Shape that a little bit. This part on the center. Ooh, look at that. All right, all right, all right, all right. Now we're going to be gentle with it. Gentle. All right. All right, all right, all right. Look at that, look at that. Check me out. You strangle it. Here, let me just use this hand so that you can see me shaping it. Check that out. This is so relaxing. All right, actually, I think this might be a perfect shape for what I'm going for. We've shaped this out a little bit here. All right, this is our base shape. I'm gonna do something a little risky here. There we go, that's nice. All right, can I take this and just kind of smooth out the outside? All right. Because you know what we're going to do with this after I sculpt out this base shape? So we're going to sculpt on it, ladies and gents. We're going to sculpt on this bad boy. Oh my god. Look at him. It's perfect. Okay. Let me wipe my hands off real quick. That's what this big water bucket's here for. Wiping off my hands. I gotta wipe off my hands. I've been down in the mines. All right, hang on. I'll get you a better angle. Where's my paper towels? Right here. Ugh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There it goes. I drew up and shit. It's fine. All right. because then we're going to get a good sculpting angle, because we're going to add on to this a little bit. There's just a few little shapes I want to stick on there. All right. Let me lower this. Howdy. How are ya? Check that bad boy out. You can kind of see it's got a little bit of a shape. Here, check this out. 360 view. So that's going to be our starter shape. Where's the part where it is kind of uneven, but that is kind of by design. Right around here is where it's the highest. Right here. So I'm going to sketch out kind of where I want to place some stuff so that we get to use more tools. I have to have my tools. This is a poker. I hardly know her. Get off of that thing. I don't want to stab myself with that, actually. So we're going to use this one instead. This is another poker variety. Oh, it's white. Check that out. I would always stab someone with that. Alright, so we're going to sculpt out or sketch out some places where we want to add our pieces. So right here, I'm going to put something, and then on the exact opposite side over here, I'm going to put something. Right here and right there. And then, I have to look it up. My lovely assistant come down here and show me a reference picture of what I'm going for. I'll tell you when you get down here. And then like right here. Go to the opposite direction. Oh, that's not where I want it. Come this way. There we go. There we go. I gotta see how far apart its eyes are. Oh, it's not symmetrical, but I think that's gonna be perfect, actually. Okay. Yeah, they're pretty far apart. They're a lot more far apart and round than I thought they were. Alright, I'm just kind of carving out where this... Oh my god. Let's see. Oh wait, can you come back actually? I have a favor to ask. Okay, I have a beverage incoming. I've got, all right, so I've got my spots lined up. And we're going to take our blob of clay that I grabbed earlier. I'm going to start sculpting out. I love this stuff because it's so easy to work with. But I'm going to start sculpting out my extra shapes that I'm going to put on here. Surprise me. You bring me a cup of whiskey. That's the surprise. All right, I've got my shape. This is shape number 1. We're going to give it a little flat side so that I can stick it on. So the one thing I remember about working with clay is you gotta scratch it and slip it. So we're gonna scratch. Oh, and I learned that it's called slip and not slick from last time. So I can't make the furry jokes anymore. And then I had to use the word yiffing. So that was an adventure and and a half. All right, we're gonna scratch this up. See that? We scratched up both of the sides, and then we're gonna take some water. We're gonna put it on that side too. We're gonna take this and we're gonna just kind of shove that in there. Let it set, and the pieces should adhere to each other. Come on. Here, if I grab a little bit of this stuff, I use that as glue around it. Take a little bit of that. Put a little bit of that around the outside. Really kind of get in there with it. I really want this piece to be attached. Stay attached. Hey, get out of here, bug. There's a gnat down here. A gnat. All right. kind of still letting that set in there. I feel I can't really move it around much. It's still kind of just stuck on there. Let's see. Let's smooth this out. All right. Thank you. I have a beverage. It's the rest of the tequila. I said, surprise me. Got a little bit of the, oh, I gotta close up that little spot. There we go. Beverage. Stay hydrated, folks. All right, all right. I think I might actually move these pieces up here, so we're gonna kind of smooth out where we had them before. We're gonna start with the arms. Did that give away what it was? Who knows? Let's spin him around. Here he is. Maybe we'll even move this a little bit this way. All right, where is, that's arm one. Where's my stabber? There's my stabber. Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. And we're gonna go like right here. That's kind of where we're gonna put our piece. Hold on. Hey, slow down. There we go. That's a good spot. All right, we're gonna take our clay in the same amount and just kind of make the same little shape. Hi, how are you? You being good? Me neither. All right. I gotta compare it. It's gotta be pretty equal. Gotta take off some of the excess back here. Pretty simple shape. Check that out. All right, I'm gonna take some of this goop and let that be what evens this out. Gonna spread it around the outside of it before I try to stick it on, so that way it really adheres itself. Then I can smooth it out when I have it on there. All right, turn it around. Oop, come back. Come back. There we go. And we'll do this. And this. Yeah. All right, wait. I got my scratch. I got the slick. I still said slick. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hold on. All right. All right. All right. I gotta. Oh no! Come back. Really push that in there. I also have to make sure I'm not pushing the inside of the pot in. All right. Here we go. Oh my goodness. All right. Check that out. Oh my god. It's looking great. Okay, we're gonna have it face forward, 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 turn around, turn around. There we go. All right. Now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna map out two spots right here and right here. Way more far apart than I had them before. All right. We got this up here. And right here on the other side. All right. This I'm actually going to move back a little bit. Just got to smooth that over with a little more clay. There we go. There we go. So this this is about here. For that piece. Okay. So let's take two pieces of clay, identically sized, and make little balls. We're making balls. You're going to make little balls in your fingies. And we're going to flatten them. Ah, hang on, they're too sticky. With my fingers. Ah, okay. Take some clay. Take this, make two equal sized little balls. Right? Here you go. I know, I even want them smaller. That's not small enough. Can I dry my hand off, actually? I want to make a small ball. Fuck it, we ball. Even smaller. Alright. I gotta wipe my hands off. Look at this. This is a t-shirt sleeve. I gotta dry my hands. And all it's doing is sticking and making the clay making the clay just melt away. So I'm gonna try dry hands. We're gonna take a piece of clay. We're gonna roll a ball out of it. Got a little ball. And then we're gonna just flatten that out. Make a cycle out of it. Little cycle. In fact, I'm gonna make it flatter and bigger. Alright. We've got little circle in our hand. We've got little circle. We're going to set that aside real quick. I'm going to put it over here. And we're going to do the same thing with the rest of the clay. Little circle. Little that. I'm trying to brainstorm what else I could make because I don't want to take this off the thing yet. I want to wait overnight so that it can hold its shape. So once I'm done sculpting this guy, which I mean, I'm kind of close to. Once I'm done sculpting him, I'm going to just kind of not do the pottery part. Maybe I'll smooth out the inside, I think. In fact, I'll do that now before I put on the eyes and ears. I'm gonna do that just really gently. Oh god, this is so nerve-wracking. Okay. Inside's pretty smoothed out. Alright, I should have left the big part. I had a big part of this white t-shirt over here that I wet. I should have wet the smaller part, but whatever. Okay. Alright. Inside smooth. We can sand down the outside to make it smooth. Once it's drier. Alright. We've got our little circle. I'm going to take our tool here and we're going to just kind of poke the back of it to give it a little bit of a backing. And this part that I kind of carved out here is about scratched up. So we're going to take some water. We're going to take some water. And then we're going to slap that bad boy on there and just very gently smooth it out and work it in. Because we don't want to destroy the structural integrity of our little guy. I wonder if anybody tell what it's gonna be yet. Except for the, like, one person that knows. Alright. Hell yeah. Uh-oh, where did my other circle go? Did it get knocked off when I was spinning this around? It's probably dissolved now. Yep, there it is. Hang on. This might be fine, actually. So let me poke it, and I don't even think we need to... Come back. Come on, let me stab you. Alright. And then we're going to take some more clay water and dab that up. Dab me up. Alright, and then we're going to gently. Careful, SpongeBob! Okay. That motion I was doing before was kind of helping the other one and worked it in a little bit. Alright, we've got our eyes in place. I could use this base shape, like this little figure eight, for a lot of things. I could make this guy that I'm planning to make right now. I could make a bunch of other little creatures. I could even make new creatures. But I think these would be fun. And they're pretty easy. Even if you wanted to make this at home, if you have a pottery wheel up there. Alright. And we're going to take another piece of clay with our dry hands. With these hands. And then we're going to cut that in half. We've got two halves. We'll just sculpt some fun stuff after this one. Because sculpting is fun. Alright. We're gonna give it kind of like a ear shape. Do you see the vision? Do you see it? Can my lovely assistant come back downstairs and show me the reference again? I want to make sure I do the ears the right size. I think I have an idea, but I want to make sure. Also, because I just want to see my lovely assistant's face. I want him to see my creature. Shit. I almost dropped it on the floor. Look at this. Alright, let me see. Okay, so they're kind of smaller towards the top. Alright, so they're kind of like this. Kind of like this. All right. We're gonna dab it up and dab it up. We're gonna shove our ear on there. Gently, gently. I'm gonna kind of rub it in there in circles, while also holding the structural integrity of the other side. And I'm gonna kind of shove it down over here, shove it down over here. Come on. All right. I gotta pinch off a little bit up top. A little too big now that I have it on there. But that's the beauty of this. It's so malleable. You could just make whatever you desire. All right, we're gonna smooth that out with our thingy. And kind of shove that down a little bit. Shove it down. There we go. Oh my God. We've got one ear on, folks. We have one more piece to put on this, and then he's done. And I just got to kind of smooth them out in some places. A little bit more. There we go. We're going to make the same little shape. My son, please, he's very sick. I'm having fun with you guys. This is fun. I like making things. I like building little creatures with my hands. Alright, check me out. Check me out. Boom. Bam. Bada bop boop. Pow. Oh! Alright, we're going to stab this a bunch of times to give it a rough surface. I'm going to get really in there, actually. And then we're going to come over here and kind of stab this part a little bit, too. And then we're going to take some clay water from down here and dab it up. Dab it up. And then we're going to shove it on there. Get on there. Maintain structural integrity. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Hold on. We're going to move this around. Move that around. Oh my God. Have we done it? Have we done it, chat? Oh God. Hold on. Wait. We're fine. Everything looks cool. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me make this a little bit more even. Over here, can you see it? Is my big fat head in the way? If I do this, it sure is. All right, hang on. I'm getting into it. All right. Oh. All right, I need more water over here. Oh my god. Guppy just skedaddled out of here. I don't know what happened. She got spooked by something. All right, I think we have our little guy. Check me out. Do you see him? Have you seen him? Now you have. Boom. And then when it's a little dry, I'm gonna, hold on, I need to, you know what? Hang on. Come with me and you'll be in a world of your imagination. Come on. Oh god, I'm gonna fuck up the cable. Hold on. Fine. I'm taking the webcam off of the stand so that you can see our creation. Alright, we're gonna jump, 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 jump around. Hi, how are you? Did you miss me? Alright. Check me out. If you can't tell, this is gonna be a character from Bob's Burgers called Coochie Kobe. I gotta let it dry. I'm gonna let it keep its shape overnight. Oh wait, you can't see him. Hold on. There we go. Boom. Look at him. These are his eyes, and then I'm gonna put a little mouth right there in the center. Autofocus. Check that out. What's a good like shape of that? This. Hold on. There we have it. Ladies and gents, that is a Coochie Kobe nightlight from Bob's Burgers. Oh my god! I gotta let him dry. He has to dry. So now we're just gonna play with clay for a while. Hold on. I won't. Here, we'll spin around in circles this way so that you can look at me. And I gotta untangle that cord. Untangle that cord. Hang tight. Hold on. Here, I will Howdy. How are ya? Welcome to my dungeon. Here we go. Now I have the halo of light. Hold on. I'm still here. We're still holding hands. Everything's fine. I just don't want to subject anybody to spinning around like that again. Oh shit, I gotta go the other way. Hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh-oh, I touched the freaking camera with my stupid clay fingers. It's fine. I just might look a little weird. Okay. We're gonna take this and screw it back on. Oh, dang it. Also doing this over a bucket, which is kind of terrifying. Okay, I got it. Righty tighty lefties. Everything's fine. Calm down. You're not being calm. Everything is a-okay. Everything is cool. Everything is awesome. Alright, hey, how are ya? Hang on. Give me a second. We're gonna sit, hang out with each other over here. I'm gonna put one of these. Ow! Everything's fine. Hold on. Alright. Everybody, calm down. Everything's fine. I just didn't want to subject anybody to that spinning. Alright, so I've got just kind of one of these plaster bats here. I'm going to slap some clay on it. And we're just going to make things. I want to make little dudes, little guys, little things. I have an idea of what to make. I've got an idea. Alright. I should wipe my hands. Here we go. There we go. What time is it? 8:17, I think. We got a while. We can make things. I've got an idea of something to make. See? This is gonna be kind of the head shape, right? Yeah. Yeah. In your bra. I'm on a quest to watch all the Jim Carrey movies. If I watch all of them, I will have absorbed his spirit and become like the mask. It just happens whenever I do the clown paint. It takes over. Wait, hold on. I had a better idea of what I was going to make. No, I don't know. Hang on. Should I make something cursed? I should make something cursed. I like just playing with clay. If my lovely assistant would like to join me down here, I would love to have a reference looker upper because I have a vision and I need help with that vision. Oh god, oh no, hang on. It's a little too, okay.
It's a little.
Should I? Okay, I'll go with my original idea then.
Yeah. Do that for spare time.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You look great. Alright, I have this. So I'm gonna make like a little. Oh wait, hang on. Ah, alright, hang on. Alright. Squish this up a little bit. Okay. And then we're gonna need some clay here. And here. I see the vision. It's in my head. Hold on. You gotta trust the process with this stuff, folks. Gotta sculpt it in my hand. Here, I'll face the camera. And I'll show my hand. I gotta wet my fingies a little bit so that it's more malleable. Yeah. All right. Uh-oh, maybe that's a little bit too much. Plop. All right, all right. I could just put it on the slab. I can just return it to the slab. Here. The slab. We're going to take a look at my Bulbasaur shirt, or my Ivysaur, because it's very cute. I got it at MagFest one year. I forget the artist. I got it back when MagFest was cool. I think it's coming back? I don't know. I'm not going to conventions much these days anymore. Here, like this is what we're working on. This is just spare clay I have. Put that front and center here. So we're just gonna have more clay here. I was trying to shape with like the base shape that I wanted, but really what I should have been doing is add more onto it. I see the vision, and the vision sees me. All right. All right, hold on. You gotta sculpt it down here a little bit and kind of pinch it over here. And then here's this. All right. There we go. Oh, wait, yeah, that's cute. Hang on. Gotta add a little bit more clay there. Sponge boy, me bab. We be sculpting. All right, wait. Yeah, that's just gonna be part of that. I can't fight the medium. Don't fight it. Build on it. Don't fight it. All right, I gotta make sure this can come off too. Okay. I don't want it to get stuck in one place. All right. I gotta add one more piece to this. One piece! Guys, did you know that One Piece is really good? I just gotta say. One Piece is probably the greatest story of all time. You should watch One Piece. This is not a One Piece sculpting thing, but I should make a One Piece thing. because that would be great because I like one piece. Boop. All right, we're gonna plop that on there. Sculpt this out and kind of smooth it out with our thingies. And that's the first part of this. Smooth it out. Smooth it out. There we go. Smooth it out. Oh. Smooth it out. Here we go. This is just balls. I think I might have messed that piece up. That's okay. We're gonna put another slab of clay on there. I gotta make sure I can pick that up. All right, I can. Here, we'll do this way so that we can make sure it stays. That's the first part. That's the second part. Oh, shit. That's okay. Ah, it's too malleable. Hold on. Gotta let it sit. Build it back up over here. Move it over a little bit. And pinch these parts out. I'm gonna grab some clay water. So that I can shape this with my hands. Alright, so that's gonna be here. I think that's fine. This is fine right here where it is. Alright. Woo! I almost dropped it. Alright. We're gonna give it like that much. Alright, I gotta make this. We're going to take this and we're going to fold it in. Alright, we got this and this. We're making a little heart shape, folks. A little heart shape. Don't fall in the bucket. heart shape. And this stuff's just freehand, folks. We're just freehanding it. Bless you. Oh gosh, Guppy's down here. Alright. We've got kind of this. We're going to start with the triangle. We're making a star. Is that kind of the size we want? Maybe a little smaller than that. Pinch off a little bit. Ah, my hair's in my eyes. I gotta cut it. I'll do that this weekend. Cut and dye my hair. Next time you see me, I'll have big, bright, beautiful hair. Alright, I'm putting part of our little star down. I'm gonna give it its wings here in a second. I just gotta grab some clay. Here we go. Have a little more clay on this side. There we go. We've got a star incoming. I need a little bit more on the top there. Put that on there. There we go. Alright. Hold on. We're going to kind of bring it in a little. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Here we go. Here we go. We're kind of shaping out our star. Here we go. All right. Oi, hold on. I'm gonna make sure it holds its shape. Gotta flatten it out a little against the slab. Return the slab. The man and ghost. The man and ghost. You guys ever watch Courage the Cowardly Dog? I was afraid of it as a small child. I was also afraid of Scooby-Doo until I was like 8. So like too old. Okay. So far we have this. We've got our heart. We've got our star. Look at him. This one. So, I have to go into my mind palace and visualize what I'm looking for this next part. Okay, I've got it. Oh, hold on. Here we go. I'm gonna wet my hands a little bit. You hear that? That's my hands. Ah, get this gunk off my hands. There we go. I'm gonna shape this out. Oh, a little big. Shape this out a little bit. Kind of cone shaped. Cone shaped. And we're gonna, where's my tool? Stab, 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 stab. And then we're gonna stab, 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 stab. And then we're gonna take water. And we're gonna dab, dab. And we're gonna dab, dab. And I'm gonna shove this on there. And we're gonna kind of smooth it in. Just smooth it in. Oh God, everything's kind of melting together. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with something so detailed. All right, let me go a little bit bigger. He's dead. I've killed him. It was gonna be a raccoon, with my clown makeup on it, and I may make that here in a second again, but bigger. But hang on, I might just do a little clown, like a flat one, and then I'll make like a trinket dish or something to adhere him onto. Yeah, okay. So let me pinch off a piece of that clay. And we'll make a little round circle, just a clown face. Pound it in. All right. And we're gonna shape this out. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we've got our shape. Let me make sure it's not stuck. Here we go. All right, we've got our shape. God dang it. Hang on. Here we go. Oh God, it's stuck. Okay. Let's try that again. Give me that. Give me that. Let me get, I gotta pinch off a little bit less. All right. I'm gonna have like a flat circle shape. Like a wheel. First we're gonna make just a ball. Nice round ball. This usually helps if I put it in my hands and kind of shake it around. Give it a little bit of rounding. Round it out. And then I'm gonna just flatten it. Hi, Panko. Oh my goodness. You stay right there. I don't want you too close to this stuff because you're gonna get clay on your feet. Go lay down. No paint cam right now. Because he's too afraid to walk into this room entirely. Plus, I don't really want him to right now. He's dangerous for him in here. Alright. Oh god. Hang on, everything's fine. Alright, we've got our shape. And so I'm going to add a little bit of we'll add like a little, we'll make him balding. So we'll give him a little hair here. Oh god, my nose itches. Hell yeah. Okay. This I'm gonna scratch over here. And scratch this up right here. Check me out. And we're gonna wait. There. Okay, hang on. I gotta add some moisture in there. Oh god, I gotta adhere it. I want to try to do most of this on a flat surface so that the underside of this is flat. That way you can see it on the slab. I angle myself over the slab so you can see it here. So here's his first kind of hair spot. Kind of comes in on this side. And then we're going to take another piece of it and kind of line up where it is. We're going to scratch that up. You see the vision? All right, okay. All right. And we're gonna push that back in there so that it sticks. Move it around so that it doesn't go anywhere. All right. Shove some more clay in there where it needs to be smoothed out. It looks like a dog right now, but this will become a clown man at some point. Hold on. Alright. And he's got like one little hair piece coming down like that in the front. Like that. I gotta sculpt it out a little bit more. Give it a little bit more depth. Here we go, I gave it a little swirl. Hear this on here. Stab it, stab it, stab it. And then take some water. Alright. Kind of sculpt this out. I can do this too. I can carve away where I know it's going to be. Kind of, put it back in there. Oh no, that's gonna be an air bubble. I gotta get that out of there. Alright, put some more clay in there. I know. Oh, golly. Right? Come on. There we go. Straighten that part out there. They're sisters, not twins. That's what I tell myself when I do my eyeliner. Alright, here we go. Sculpt that part out. Alright. Okay, we're smoothing out the pieces now. I need more clay. Hang on. I gotta make this more pointy. We're gonna map out where his eyes are. then we'll smooth those over. Here we go. He's got eyeballs. We'll put the nose right here. We'll make a ball. And then we'll give him a big smile. Big smile. We're gonna carve this out. Smooth it over. Oh yeah, that's the strat. Carve it out and then smooth it over. There we go. Carve that out. Smooth that over. Get some more wider. Get that water out of there a little bit. Get it over here, kind of. In there. Sure that there's... I can just shape it, honestly. Alright, carve that out here. Smooth that over. It's a little bright. Alright. Here we go. Oh man. The water heater that's definitely not behind me turned off, and it's just very quiet now because I can't hear my computer. Alright. I have where I want his... Oh god, hang on. Get off of there. Gotta get that part out there. Push that up. Push this up a little bit more. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to do some skin details on this guy. I want to smooth this out still. I gotta be gentle with it. More precise. Alright. Alright. Okay, alright. That's good. That's good. I need to add more on the cheeks here. I'm just gonna add like blobs of clay and just kind of work that in. Give it volume in some of the face places. Here we go. Round that out. All right. Hold on. Don't fall in the bucket. You can see the cheek. You can see the hair pieces. So I gotta grab another little slab of clay. Just a pinch for the extra details. Alright, I've got another slab of clay. Oh, we're back on Coochie Copy. Hold on. Howdy, how are you? Welcome back to the slab. The return of the slab. Okay. And I can also carve out more once it's a little bit more dry, and then I'll just dry carve it. We're gonna add the nose right here. So we've got that spot right there. I'm gonna take some clay and just kind of nice big round nose. All right. Here we go. I think that's a nice, good ball. Very bright. Okay, let's get closer. Hi, how are you? Check out the slab. We've got a ball. Ball. And that's a good size, yeah. I'm gonna flatten one side of it. It's going onto a flat surface. Stab it a bunch. Put some water there, put some water there. And then I'm just gonna twist this on. Oh my goodness. He's beautiful. Look at him. Can you see him? He's a happy little clown. Oh, I gotta give him his other cheek. I gotta just kind of shove some clay on there. Work it in. A little moisture. Alright, alright. Alright. Here we go. There we go. Right there. And right there. Kind of shave that off a little bit. Right here. I think he needs a little hat right here. So we're going to make him a little hat. I like a little boater hat. And we're going to make him one of those. So first, we're going to make a ball. We're going to flatten that ball out and kind of measure out where we want that boater hat to go. I think that's perfect, actually. I'm going to make it a little bit more oblong, so it's an oval. There we go. Oh no, hang on. Put it the wrong way. Alright. Like this. Let me actually put that on there since I have it. That way you have it. We're gonna stab it a bunch. And then I'm gonna put some water. And I'm gonna put some water. Boy. See that? He's got a little hat. He's got a little hat. There we go. Alright. We got this. But first, we need a little band of some sort. So let me just do another circle. A little smaller than that one. Flatten that out and really kind of cylindrical. Make it cylindrical. Flatten out the outside edges of it. But make it flatter. Flatten out the outside edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. Because this is your little guy. You can make him however you want him to be. Unless you're going to sculpt it out anyway. So here's our cylinder. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to poke. Stab. And then we're going to take some lighter and we're going to poke it and we're going to poke the cylinder and we're going to shove that kind of in the middle. Maintain the structural integrity there. Kind of push in any bubble that may form. It seems I've formed a bubble or two as I push that in there, but I'm going to smooth this out with my fingers. I'm going to carve away some of it because it's a little bit too much. Alright, that's good. I'll just put it on the side here. Here we go. And then I may take some off the top actually. Flatten that out. flatten this out. Push that in to kind of bring it up a little. Okay. There we go. Here we go. That's the first part of the hat. Second part's right here. We're going to put that on top. Maybe a little less. Make another ball. Kind of flatten it out a little bit. Make it a little bit of a cylinder. Round out the top. Should again see how that fits. Oh yeah. Just bulge your hat. Okay, so now that we know kind of where we want that, we'll take our tool and we're gonna step, and then we're gonna take our piece and we're gonna go step. There we go. And then we're gonna take some water and then we're gonna poke it. And we're gonna put the hat on there. Wait, I could put some water on the other side. There we go. More adhesion. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I can carve that out later too. All right. Okay. Can I pull this off of the... Oh yes. Thank God. He has survived. You're a beautiful boy. Here. You see his beautiful little face. He'll get clown makeup someday. Here, let me shape out his hat. I can manhandle it a little bit to get the shape I want. So let me see. Not too much manhandling. All right. Round out that boater hat a smidgen. And then I can use this to make my lines. Water. Push that up a little bit. About his eye a little bit more. Let's see. Just shove that in there a little bit. There we go. He's got an eye again. I thought I took off one of his eyes. Here we go. Here's our boater hat. I gotta kind of smooth it out a little bit. All right. Scooch out the hair piece from the voter hat. And let's carve out the hair piece here. Make sure those edges are defined. Smooth it over. Smooth it over. Pick it up. Smooth around the outside. Here he is. He's so beautiful. All right. Here's the big nose. All right, we're gonna. I think we can leave him be for now. I'll let him dry. I gotta straighten this out. Straighten that out. Smooth. There we go. Oof. All right. All right. Let me see if I could fix the lighting so that you can see that better. Here, can you, when my big head's in front of it, can you see him in all of his glory? He's beautiful. Look at him. He's gonna have clown makeup at some point. Got a little hat. Big old clown nose. Little cheeks. I'm very excited for him to dry. Well, for him to be part of a little trinket dish. Alright. Folks. Squad. I gotta put some water in that clay a little bit. Mix it in, and then I gotta I have another bucket of clay in it that I'll put this into. That's my reclaim bucket. Alright, ladies and gents. I'm gonna rinse my hands off here. And it is about that time. Let's take a quick review of what we've done today. I don't want to fuck up Coochie Cookie. Okay, I'm gonna set that on the ground here. Hi, how are you? I did clown casual makeup today because I didn't want to do my whole face in case I got like ceramic goop splashed onto my face and I had to wash it off. I wanted to just have my eyes to worry about instead of my whole rub face. So, but I don't think I got any on me. I think I'm good. Let me wash my hands. Hang on. All right. Dry my hands off, actually. Oh, I heard Guppy. She's approaching. Alright, I got this. Dry my hands off. Alright, folks. It's about time we wrap. I'm getting a little tired. And we've already made a couple of good things today. I'm going to take a finger and just kind of smooth over our little guy over here. Alright. So, in review. Here, hang on, I got some play on the camera. Let me just wipe that off here real quick. Hang on. You alright? Okay. Oh, alright. In review, show you our creations. Here we have our beautiful little son. He's a clown. He's got a boater hat and a big old nose. And he's sleeping. I'm going to make him part of a trinket dish at some point. Probably. Hopefully. Alright. I'm going to wrap him in saran wrap so that he doesn't dry out. And then we have, I'm not going to take it off of the wheel yet, but we have, from Bob's Burgers, we have Coochie Kokie. Give him a spin. Oh, yeah. Alright. Alright. So we've made two cool things. I'm going to finish them up eventually. This one I need to leave overnight so that it keeps its shape while I try to take it off of the thing. I don't want it to get stuck on there or anything. I'm gonna come down here tomorrow morning and just cinch it off at the bottom. Hopefully it keeps its shape. This one is on this plaster bat, so it's non-stick on, pretty non-stick on there. And I don't have it stuck on there right now, so it should be fine. And when it's on this thing, it's supposed to make it dry more evenly or something, question mark. Actually what I might do is wrap this up in saran wrap and put him in a plastic bag. But I will do that on my own time. So it was nice sculpting with you today. Me and his name is Jerry Bean. He is happy to see you. And hang on, I'm I'm fucking with it. Okay, it's fine. Here we go. From me and from Jerry. I'm gonna get a different light up here. From me and from Jerry and from my lovely assistant upstairs, from Penko, from Guppy, Have a lovely weekend. From me and Jay and everybody and Kuchikopi. Alright, folks. Nighty night. It's bedtime. I'm stalling. Alright. See ya.